The Cowboys have now lost 2 in a row, dropping to 6-6. If the Eagles win against the Dolphins this Sunday, these two teams would be tied atop the NFC East. Hall of Famer Tony Dungy had a message for Jerry Jones after yesterday's Cowboys loss. Take a listen.
I have a message for Jerry Jones. Do not panic. You're okay. Your season is going to come down to going to Philadelphia and getting a win in Week 16. Focus on that.
Easier said than done. Shannon, do you agree that Jerry Jones shouldn't panic?
What you mean shouldn't panic? Hell, he's already panicked. He spoke last week about firing the head coach. This week he crying in the locker room. What you mean don't panic? He's already panicked, Skip Bayless.
No, he's not. He's standing staunchly behind the head coach. I got his back. He's got my back.
But Skip, here's the thing, and Jerry alluded to it, where they want to get. He doesn't believe anybody else can get them where they want to get, like Jason could. And one of his options, Skip, I mean, Rod Marinelli, in 3 years in Detroit, was 10-38, and he has that 0-16 on his resume. Kellen Moore. You think Kellen Moore ready to be the head coach?
Nope.
Okay, Chris.
Although he did, his father was a head coach, so you do have it sort of in your blood. But go ahead.
Chris Richard, his defense, Skip. They gave him a lot of talent. They brought in Robert Quinn. They played Jalen Smith. They played D-Law. Byron Jones went to the Pro Bowl last year. Wolf Hunter was in the Pro Bowl last year. I think Jalen Smith was even in the Pro Bowl. So if the defense has not lived up.
Jalen made it, but he could have and should have.
I think he went to a replacement. But Skip, the defense hasn't lived up to what everybody thought they would, given the level of talent that they have on that side of the football. So it was a no-brainer. I never thought for a second that Jerry was going to fire Jason Garrett because he's too tied. He's too connected. He's too much like family. And that's how he views Jason Garrett. I wouldn't be surprised they had Thanksgiving dinner together. Bad as that game was, Jason and his wife went to his house. Jerry, I'm sorry, let's eat.
I agree with that, and I don't think it's far-fetched. I think that probably happened. I don't know it for a fact, but I think it probably has happened many Thanksgivings.
Yes.
They are the first to be invited to Jerry's mansion in the middle of Highland Park, just north of downtown Dallas.
Yep.
You got it. My turn. It has given me just little slivers of hope this morning that the Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson just flat out said, oh, Dallas is still going to win the division. He says they're a pretender in the playoffs. Well, I don't even care about that. If you tell me they're going to win the division, I'll take that right now because I can't see it. And I fell out of my chair last night when I watched live Tony Dungy say that on NBC before the Sunday or the Thursday night game, Thanksgiving night game. And the reason I fell off my chair is my first thought was, Tony, have you been watching this team? I think he has been. Yeah. I have nothing but respect for his football IQ, his acumen, his insight.
Yeah.
And usually when he speaks, I mean, always when he speaks, I listen, but usually he's pretty right. So I'm thinking, what evidence do you see that this team doesn't, I don't care about whatever week he was talking, you know, the Philly game. I care about at Chicago. Seriously, what evidence do I have? Because I've written them completely off. I'm done. I find them hard to watch now because to me, they're just a bunch of, you know, again, they make lots of plays. They don't make winning plays. They are a bunch of entertaining losers to me. That's what they have become. Where they'll entertain you. Gallup will make some circus catch. Amari will make a nice catch on the sideline. Zeke will have a couple of runs where you say, oh, there he is, and he'll do this. It's fun to watch. Dak will make 4 or 5 throws where you say, that's big time. And they're 6-6.
Yep.
So what evidence do I have they could go to Chicago? And I thought it was significant yesterday. Chicago toughed it out and won at Detroit. It's a division rivalry game.
Being down by 14.
They were down by 14, and I know just some kid named Blau is playing, Blau, and he played his tail off in that game, but they were in trouble for a while.
Yes.
And Mitchell Trubisky pulled them out. He was the star of the night, and you can't tell me they don't feel pretty good about getting ready for the Dallas Cowboy visit a week from last night. It's going to be cold. It's going to be loud. It's going to be crazy because everywhere the Cowboys go, it gets crazy. So what evidence do I have that my team is going to flip a switch that Jerry says would be the greatest story ever told switch, where, as Jerry said after the game, you'd be writing about this for 30 years if we turn it around. Yeah, we would.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're going to be writing about it for 30 more days.
Yeah, we're going to be writing about it 30 years, how you melted down 2 weeks.
Right.
two after 2 bad losses.
Okay.
It stuck with Jason Garrett.
Okay, so think about this. Amari Cooper could be lost for at least the Chicago game, if not for the rest of the year.
Right.
Something happened to his knee. He's going to get an x-ray today. He did play the rest of the game, but can be a little fragile. They're already, they said, we are going to take a look, evaluate our kicking situation after the game. So Brett Maher,
What did that evaluate?
you're on the clock.
Yeah, what did that evaluate?
Yeah. Well, again, they might have a little kicking tryout this week.
I mean, that's like if you work at a restaurant and the chef keep burning all the food. Well, we're going to have, we're going to evaluate our chef situation.
Okay.
What you evaluating? He keep burning everything.
Trouble. He's gone south mentally. You see it all the time from kickers. I'm done with him. You can't trust him.
Not to switch topics here, but you see what New England's done.
Wow.
They had appendectomy, and so now you had 20+ years of great kicking. You have Vinatieri, you have Gostkowski, and you bring one guy in, he didn't work, you get rid of him. You bring another guy in, now you got a third. Now you're on your fourth kicker.
Kai Forbath, late of the Redskins. So now back to my team. To your point, Chris Richard, Rod Marinelli. The defense has just been overrated all year. You tell me about all these Pro Bowls and this and that. You tell me DeMarcus Lawrence gets $100 million. He's overpaid because he disappears. The pass rush, Robert Quinn, Michael Bennett, it comes and mostly goes. It just goes ghost to where I'm like.
But I'm surprised, Skip. I'm surprised with the names you just mentioned that they don't generate more pressure consistently on the quarterback than what they do. Robert Quinn on that turf should be unbelievable.
Okay, but they're not. They are now tied for 26. That defense is in takeaways. Tony Dungy, are you listening? 26 because they've gone 4 straight games with 0 takeaways. It's hard to win when you don't take the ball away.
Yes.
Right?
Because what that tells me, Skip, is that they're forcing the offense to consistently go the long way to get points.
They don't help it at all.
No.
There's no splash play where you say, "Oh, we scooped and scored," or New England's like every other play. It seems like here they go, right?
And Tom Brady's operating on a short field. You see the Ravens; they're operating on short fields. The 49ers, It's hard, Skip. If you got to continuously drive 80 yards, 85, 75 yards to get points, man, you're going to be in for a long. I mean, you can have some success doing it that way, but not long term.
So what's always the telling stat in pro football? It's turnover differential. Dallas has now fallen to 23rd in turnover differential because the quarterback turned it over twice again yesterday, and they got none. Okay, so you just keep plummeting. Where show me, Tony, what do you see that I'm not seeing? Because then the Rams visit Jerry World. Jared Goff has had their number. I don't know how, but watch the Rams get well in that game. They're not going to go anywhere, but watch them get well.
Tony, Coach Dungy is a very optimistic type of a guy.
I guess so.
He's always looking at things as half full.
Okay, but mathematically, they're obviously not done. Psychologically, they hit the wall yesterday. You can't tell me they feel good about themselves because they know in their heart of hearts, we have lost our way. We've lost our edge.
Well, Skip, you remember, I think the last game when Tony was coaching at the Colts, they ended up giving almost 400 yards up to the Jaguars.
Yeah.
And they're like, there's no way this is not a Super Bowl caliber team. And Tony just basically said, hey, guys, everything that we want to accomplish is still in front of us. I know we played bad today. And I was like, there's no way this team is winning the Super Bowl. After giving up almost 400 yards rushing, and lo and behold.
Okay, all right. But Jerry turned into like a blubbering fool after the game, like your crazy old uncle after Thanksgiving dinner who had a couple of drinks, and all of a sudden he's just blubbering about how I love stories of redemption because I'm the greatest example of redemption. I went bust in the oil fields, right? And my team's going to bounce back from this, and you guys will be writing about it forever. No, we won't.
Well, I mean, that's the rule, Jerry. You ought to know. You know the rules.
Yeah.
You take 1 plate home. You don't get 5 plates to go home with you, and you got to handle your liquor. You can't get all your intoxicated and start acting a fool because I'm going to put you out.
That's what it
sounded
like.
You can't put Jerry out of his own house. Cowboys take him to Jerry's house, so he can talk as much as he want and ramble as much as he want.
People would think, what, have you been smoking? No, maybe drinking.
Well, Skip, you see it? I've been drinking. Oh, give me another one.
Yeah.
Oh, give me another one. So by the time he got down there, Jerry feeling pretty good, Skip.
Yeah, he was.
This thing got so bad, Jerry just like.
Put his hands over his face.
And they caught it. We caught that too.
Yep. Got it. Tony, thanks for the positivity, but I don't know if it's going to last.
Call Tony and give him a pep talk, Jerry.
Great stuff, guys. All right, another question. We know Dak lost the game, but did he also lose leverage in his contract negotiations? We'll discuss that next.